because he doesn't understand how the fuck a small mouse can wield a fucking hammer and blacksmith like that with his tiny little arms. But in seriousness, probably big Chimera. There's something fascinating about them to settle.
What would Jim be interested by? Let me open up the monster manual real quick. Give me a sec.
And just flipping through the Necronomicon and all this like ancient knowledge.
Let's
just
see.
like, oh yeah, that's a weird one.
Let's see. Beholder, Belashara, Belbala. You know what? Either an Aboleth or the Slods. One of those two would be interesting.
I'm not trying to remember if we've even come across these like Aboleths.
No.
Are definitely in the world. I think we've come across maybe a Slod.
Nope, I don't think it was a slot. I think it was something else.
Slods are messed up, bro.
I think there was one early on. I'm pretty sure there was a Slod, but I don't think Chimera is for sure yet. I'm in.
It behaves. It fucking behaves.
Yeah, who else has got a creature that interesting?
Elias likes dragonflies. They are just interesting creatures. Their shape is interesting. Their hunting is interesting. They have a never mind.
Probably just levitate in the air.
Dude, I can talk for a good while about dragonflies.
They're pretty cool. Absolutely. You get them all the time here in summer.
I'm pretty sure they just aren't around in the UK, and I recently saw them when I went to Kyrgyzstan, and that was nice to see. I love them. They're like
Elias definitely gonna. We're definitely gonna build on that motif with Elias. Very much looking forward to that sword of his. Anyone else we've still got Estrella, Jerry, and Sakura?
Quaddles. Divine lizards. That's just cool.
Yeah, Quaddle. I forgot about that. I thought that was more SNES thing.
Yeah, I'm still not in the game yet. I'm sad.
Welcome to my world.
I did it pretty quick earlier, but now it's just taking its time.
Yeah, I see people are slowly popping in now as well, so we'll just be patient. But Jerry and Sakura, any favorite creatures of yours?
Sakura really likes dragons. They're just really nice friends to have, you know? She also quite likes her tea weird. Those don't seem too common.
Like Sakura's got the worst understanding of dragons based on the interactions she's had. Like it's accurate to what she's had, but everyone else's understanding of dragons, like these fearful, terrifying beasts, and she's like, yeah, they make
just like,
great
no,
tea
they're
for
friends. You just gotta make them tea.
What about Jerry?
I remember there was a monster that if you hit it with a spell, he would shoot it back at you. I just don't remember the name of it. I thought it was Displacer Beast, but
Oh,
it's not it.
the Aoran Reverser. That like thing with the eye on its tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, a reverser. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do what he does.
Have I used those in this campaign? I remember putting those up against you in bonus, but
Were they here?
I don't think so.
forgot about those. those are fun. Especially against Sakura. Those might be quite nice. Thanks for the reminders. Take a note of all your favorite creatures. Those are all to be fair, pretty low level, like for what you guys are going up against now. Have to have armies of these things to keep it interesting. I don't know, maybe Aboleth. But with that, as everyone, I will. Don't worry if you haven't loaded in yet. We'll just let it go. There's not going to be that many visuals tonight anyway. But last week shit, I need to start writing recaps again. As we kind of joined you in Toto, as you guys were going to meet with Kinji. I think that's where we started. You had just had your meeting, and you basically had a day in Toto to prepare before you left for Nishizawa, and needed to fall in and meet Daichi. Well, obviously it was only Elias meeting him for the first time, but you all fell in overhearing a conversation with some of the other samurai who you had seen in the fight with the Crab Clan, and their leader was condemned to commit seppuku as punishment for one of the sons of Daichi dying. But then when you all fell in, you were granted a Sashimono banner, and you finally claimed a name for yourselves, which was the Nameless, right? It was... is that it? The Nameless?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it in Japanese again? Nanashi. Yeah, that's the thing. Or Nanashi. So, yes, you guys have finally actually got got a name. Uh, Ironic as it is, you got your Sashimono banner, and you were chosen to join the Genpoku Festival as Elias was introduced, and all of you were kind of reviewed by your teachers. Then everyone went out and did some preparations. Seto and Jerry continued their smithing as they managed to finish the blades that they were making, and Sakura and June went off to go and see the Titan that was sort of being like either built or destroyed, sort of taken apart in Kinji's house, which they then broke into the house, stole the Titan, and put it back in Sakura's demiplane. When they returned, they helped Jerry and Seto with the Sakura helped them coat their blades, making a legendary one for Jerry and a very rare one for Seto, much to her disappointment. While Estrella had headed off to the library to go and fulfill her deal with the mimic inside, she also saw you guys all bumped into young Timo-san, who seemed very much alive and well and very excited to see you. Like very excited that he'd learned some new magic as well. And when you all sort of left him, he went back to his school where his teacher was, and Estrella saw him meeting up with another figure wearing a golden mask, the figure of Katsuya, who then led them away and seemed to offer them something, leading them away. There was a flash of light, and they were gone. Earlier that day, however, you had met Katsuya not wearing a mask and seemingly quite friendly, other than the fact that he had basically sat down with you and explained that he wanted to train Sakura to use time travel properly, but then used his quivering palm technique to basically forbid you from using time travel for a while, and that if you did, that technique would basically detonate and you would die, or at least your heart would stop. And so, yeah, no more time fuckery, as I think some of you were quite happy to take that deal. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we did last week. We did end with Seto and Sakura going off to the Oji-san while everyone else went to uh, get ready to leave with the rest of the group. But I can't remember what you guys actually did. Can you remind me?
Said I can't remember anything as well.
I mean, he can't.
Oh yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
Oh,
It
yeah, he's
erased my
brain-
memory.
I'm brain
well,
dead,
you-
dude.
He has been
Yeah,
turned
you
into
guys
Lori.
sat down, had a cup of tea, which Sakura told her Oji-san was weed tea, but was much stronger than anticipated. And Seto now finds himself without any memories of his entire life, complete amnesia, as the two of you are sitting around a table. And this has just happened. What we are going to return to you now as we start, as Sakura and Seto. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Sato? Hi?
I don't remember anything.
I think the spell said you remember your name and that's it. You remember you lost all the experiences of your life. Like it's basically complete amnesia, but I think you do remember your name. That's all you've got.
I'm just. I blankly stare at you. Like. Where am I?
You're at my Oji-san's house.
You're what?
Oji-san?
A G. What?
Are you okay? You don't seem okay.
Who are you?
She looks shocked and then just very, very sad.
So yeah, you can actually. I mean, I was going to give you a roll, but you know what's happened here. The tea was too strong. You know what you just gave him, so it is quite obvious that it maybe the dosage was wrong, but you realize that it was your Oji-san's tea set that makes stronger tea than your own. And yeah, unfortunately, you also fortunately you know how to cure it, but probably don't have that ability yourself.
How do it's greater restoration, right?
Yeah, that you know that should be able to undo the effects of the tea, but yeah, that's up to you if you want to just do that immediately. I'm not sure.
I'm just send up ads to Z. Because Z's cast greater restoration on me like once or twice. And she doesn't really want Estrella to know.
Okay, so you're sending a paper bird to Z.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? What is that going to say?
To Z. Come to my Oji-san's house. Emergency. Now. Sakura.
You can reply to this message.
Very straight to the point.
So, as you send this bird, we follow the bird as it flies up through the air over Toto and locates where Z is standing with the rest of you, as she is also just busy getting ready to march, and everyone is preparing. You can see that there are some new faces there that she is keen on meeting. But as this bird lands, she's standing next to you and she unfolds it, and you see her eyes go wide, and she says, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Something's going on at Sakura's Oji-san's." And she looks at you guys, panicked. What is everyone else doing as you see her reading this?
Okay, that backfired.
That's the problem with being short and to the point. I didn't tell her not to tell anyone.
Yeah, June.
No, not that part.
Wait, is June there with Z? I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll just kind of say to Z, well, lead the way. Just follow her if she takes off.
Sakura says there's an emergency. It's something big.
Shit, what if it's another Titan or something? And she just starts like running. She's gonna try and go full speed to try and get to Sakura's Oji-san. Are you guys all going to follow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all we know is that there's an emergency, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
Let's see what that emergency is.
Okay, so everyone jumps into sprints over to sprints and flies and uses all your movement capabilities to get over to the Oji-san's house. And Sakura, you just see the door burst open as Z spills through it, followed by the rest of your party, as everyone is now there at your Oji-san's house. And Seto, you see a bunch of strangers suddenly burst into the room, all dressed like samurai and carrying all kinds of weapons. There's a very strange looking group of people. This.
What's going on?
It's just
There was an emergency. Did Seto do something, or did you do something?
wait. Before, as you're walking in, Seth is literally like picking a fork or like the spoon for the tea, and he's looking at it, and he doesn't realize what the fuck it is, and it's just astounding to him as what he's having. So he's just playing, and like occasionally he just like goes like this, and like like the when the pops and just makes a sound. So he's trying to make some sounds like a dumb kitten.
You guys see Sakura's Oji-san standing in the doorway, just looking at Seto and shaking his head, and just going, "My God, you kids these days! I can't believe this is what you think is fun. I don't." And yeah, what are the rest of you doing as you see this?
Just kind of
Seto, you
loosen up
good?
and just. Sorry, go ahead.
Seto, you good there?
Oh shit, I forgot to say just Z.
Yeah, what? You said there was an emergency. What? Did
She's
something
falling
happen?
outside. Like goes to her room and closes the door and just says to him, I'll be right back. And goes to Z and just sits her down on the bed and is like, so said I wanted to forget what happened in the future. And future me gave me this tea that can make you forget. And I thought I had the dosage right, and he wanted to forget because he just doesn't like it. And so I made it, but I forget that my Oji-san's tea set makes stronger tea, and now there's really strong tea, and he had some, and he was just supposed to forget the future because that's what he wanted, but now he forgot everything. And I need you to cast your grace of restoration on him, please.
There's this moment of silence as she like watches you kind of stunned, and then you just see her just double over with laughter as she just starts cackling. She thinks this is the funniest thing she's ever heard. That you, of all people, were the one to like dose Seto. And Seto, you strangely could hear that entire conversation clearly. Like this, your senses are insane. As getting used to this is a very strange thing. But the rest of you just hear as Z starts laughing, and she just seems to be like crying with laughter in the other room. Are you doing anything else?
It's
That's
not
nice.
fair.
To make some butterflies appear around Seto.
I mean, Seto, do you want to make a wisdom save to avoid playing with the butterfly?
No, I'm fucking. I don't know nothing. A butterfly? What's that?
The glowing butterflies as well. It's shiny.
Ooh, shiny.
Z
You,
opens the
you,
door.
you know what the cats do when they like get on their last two legs and they like try to paw like something? That's what Seto's doing with the fucking butterfly.
Just eyes wide, like he's just had all the catnip in the world. It's just Z opens the door and goes, "Oh my god!" Honestly, that kind of looks like fun. Sakura, have you got any more of that tea?
See,
What tea?
nothing.
Oh, right. No, no, like Seto's just a little under the weather. Not to worry, guys. No titans, anything like that.
Why is he
hold on.
fascinated by shiny illusionary butterflies? And I look at Sakura.
Well, I don't know, but that's what Z's gonna fix.
Yeah, he's just a little baked. Don't worry, we should be able to fix this up. And she's going to start going through her like herbs and things, looking for like actually she'll start rolling a joint to counteract this effect as she prepares a greater restoration.
How does Oji-san react to her rolling a joint in his house?
He's like he rolls his eyes and just walks back into the other room. He's like, "Oh God, okay, under my own roof. See how it is." And he's just muttering to himself in the other room. Because you're celebrating because it is Sakura's birthday tomorrow, and he's like, "I'm not gonna kill her right now. We'll deal with this later."
Sort of vaguely nudge Jerry and just like, this is a waste of time. Do you want to go back?
Yeah, let's head back.
Have a nice trip, Seto. And just leave.
Yeah, sorry, I just meant to have Z come here.
For the smartest person I know. You're not the smartest. Let's head out.
Yeah, the genius's social skills at work. And Z will be able to cast a greater restoration. Has she definitely done that on you before? I'm looking at her sheet, not seeing it, but I've also this stat block is messed up.
she's cast it before, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure she's got it. That's like her one thing she's good for is some healing. So yeah, she will. Do you know, Australia, what level is Greater Restoration? Yeah.
It is a
Fifth?
yeah, 5th level.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Then yeah, she's going to cast a Greater Restoration on you, Seto, as she lights a joint, takes a lights it herself, and then she says, "Here you go, kitty cat. I think you could use some of this. Just and she like holds it out towards you, like holding it for you.
I jump and I eat it.
No, oh, damn. Oh shit! And she's just like, as it starts burning your mouth, and it's like you. It doesn't actually hurt you because you still have the spirit of the phoenix. So the embers just feel like kind of spicy on your tongue, and she just starts freaking out. She's like, "Oh shit, no, no!" And then puts a hand on your head, and there's going to be this flash of light as your eyes begin to glow, and this smoke comes out of your mouth, your nose, your fucking ears start pouring smoke, just fills this entire room. And then that's when Oji-san starts going, all right, enough. You got to get out. Not not smoking inside here now. And he starts trying to usher you out, but Z and Seto are locked in this, like, just both of their eyes glowing, this spell taking effect. And then as soon as uh, Oji-san like finished shouting, your eyes will go back to normal, and Seto, you will remember everything. All of it just comes flooding back all at once, and you immediately are choking on the joint that you just inhaled.
Jin is dying on the floor laughing right now.
Like a cat when she has like issues and when like spit the fur. That's literally Seta right now. I can't. I don't know. It's dumb, dude. Sometimes they're dumb. Cats are dumb.
Cats are
Some-
great.
Sometimes they're dumb. Though.
As he's just like kneeling next to you, like rubbing a hand on your back as you like hacking up a furball, and she's going, all right, you're back, but it's okay.
I like to imagine just as Jerry and I are walking away, we just see smoke pile out the fucking doorway.
Possibly followed shortly by the rest of your party, as the Oji-san is now definitely trying to usher everyone out of the house. Like, he's like, no, you fucking stoners can go play somewhere else. Like, aren't you supposed to be leaving for Nishizawa or something?
Sakura keeps bowing profusely and apologizing to him.
Jin continues laughing and is wiping tears from her eyes because this shit is hilarious. Seeing distinguished Seto do that.
Oh fuck! Once I'm done coughing, whatever the fuck just happened, as I'm still like kneeling down the floor, I'm just gonna look at Sakura and like, what the fuck happened?
Um, she'll take him aside and say, I forgot that my Oji-san's tea set makes stronger tea. So for
Yeah,
a while,
that's the thing. You don't forget. You've made that clear many times.
So, yeah, to be fair, that is entirely true. And Sakura, you feel like he's upgraded it since last time you used it. Like, he likes strong tea, and seeing as you haven't been around lately, it seems like he's brought out the intense tea set.
Yeah, he's definitely upgraded. You forgot who you were for a while, but don't worry. I got Z to come, and she fixed it. I don't know if we should try that again.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm worried it goes wrong again.
I mean, if she, if she can fix it, then there's no harm in trying, I guess.
I suppose so.
You see in the background busy trying to calm your Oji-san down and like distract him while you guys are having this conversation. Well, June's still cackling.
What the fuck?
June,
And
shut up!
That's hilarious. Uh,
I guess it is to some.
You played with glowy butterflies.
With what?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Could you
like a
just-
kitten. You aren't yourself at all. You didn't even know who I was.
I mean, that's not what you said to yourself, though.
Hmm?
Weren't this supposed to just be a quick forgetfulness? And not what you just described?
She nods.
Meta-wise, that was my fuck up as the DM. You are supposed to be able to control the potency, as she discussed. I had just forgotten about that detail because it was improvised. So you would be able to do that again using your own T set. You know that you are able to control the potency and possibly just erase the time that you were in Kamigawa. But so don't worry about having to give up. That was my bad.
Okay. Do we have enough time for that before we have to leave?
No, Marty.
Yeah, probably not. It is at this point about 1 o'clock, getting just after 1 in the afternoon, and the rest the rest of you would know that the other party that is going to be at the Gempuku Festival is already all there, ready to go, and Daichi is probably going to be there any minute to begin the march. So, yeah, you guys can finish up any last things you want to do, but you might have to just, if you want to do that, make it along the way.
I think she'll do it another time because she doesn't want to risk people asking for some of it.
I mean, there's always time for tea.
Yeah. She's worried that when she gets there and she has like a pot of tea, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Sakura has tea. Let's have some." And you know, some people won't be deterred by her saying it's weed tea. You know, she's a bit worried about other people drinking that tea.
Yeah, I mean, that's maybe something you'd have to navigate, but are you going to? Yeah, your Oji-san is currently trying to kick everyone out of the house. He's not having any more weed tea being made in front of him right now.
Yeah,
So
she'll help him kick everyone out. We're like, okay, time to go. We got a horrible leader to get to. Yeah, come out the house.
he looks at you and says, "Have you been smoking as well, Sakura? You cannot call Daichi a horrible leader, especially not after you've just been chosen for such an honorable thing. I'm coming with you. Hold on a second." And he goes and like gets his jacket to escort you all to see you off as well. But he's just also like needs to make sure you're not going to go get into trouble with these rabble rousers.
I feel like she's just digging a deep hole.
You know, this is that situation where it's like, no, it's not even my weed. I was holding it for someone else. I swear.
Except in Sakura's case, that's true.
Sakura's in trouble.
It's like I grew this in the future. It's not. It wasn't my fault. But yeah, is everyone? Are you all going to head back towards the meeting point, or is there something else you guys are going to do before that?
I'm heading back to the meeting point.
Hmm,
Yeah,
same
same.
here.
The meeting point, but she'll promise Sato that she'll make the tea for him at a more suitable time.
It's fine. As long as you don't make me whatever you did last time. I didn't like the look that June had when I woke up. I mean, it was a peaceful sleep, but
Yeah.
anyways, we should really get going. We don't want to be late.
She nods. And we'll head out with the rest.
Okay. All right. I've put Indra's not actually with you anymore, but this is where we come into the fact that I haven't prepared other tokens. But you guys all managed to make your way to the gate where you are supposed to be leaving. I'll open that door as you will see that waiting outside, just on the other side of the bridge, there will be a couple of people here that I feel really bad. I haven't actually got the tokens. Shouldn't
No
have even
problem.
opened the map. But I will let you know what you see in a minute. As you guys all approach, you will see that they are looking quite ready to go. There's a whole procession of people waiting also to see you off. There's like quite a lot of people here have gathered to see the top students from all of these schools going off to enter the Spring Festival tournaments. What are you guys going to do as you are approaching? Are you just going to go and fall in, or would you like to try and make a show of it?
I'm just falling in.
Yeah, unless we just fall in, just normal.
Sakura will also just fall in.
Jin, yeah, she just flies down with her broom and joins everybody else.
Weird flex, but okay.
Weird
It's-
flex.
Do you have a broom that you can fly on? I thought not.
I splash you with the water from the river.
As you guys are arriving, Jerry and Seto, as you guys are sort of falling in there. Oh, Sakura, why has it not pulled you onto the?
My internet is crashing
Ah.
at the moment.
Alright.
It'll be back sometime soon.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I distracted myself there. As you guys all arrive, you are going to feel the muscles of a familiar face to you, Seto, and Jerry sort of try and grab both of you into a headlock as you hear this laughter coming from behind you, and you say, "Ah, Jerry and Seto, you're back. I was thinking the cat and mouse might have killed each other by now. Good to see you again." And he's just like trying to sort of hug you hello from you see a man named, what's his name? Imamaki Azuhiro, who is one of the students from Satsujinki's school, and you see he's wearing gleaming blue, shining samurai armor, but with no helmet because it would ruin his massive hairstyle, for which he is so well known. And you see this guy's ripped. His muscles are so large that when he flexes, you can hear them clench from 30 feet away. And he's wearing large, baggy pants covered with dark patterns depicting skulls to match the white bone handle of his katana, which you can see is clearly from the Gaijin school.
That's a weird flex.
That's a huge flex.
Yeah, I'll hug him, but if he squeezes me, I'll squeeze him harder.
Yeah. Barry, give me an athletics check, please.
Pulls a nat 20 and kills him. Holy fuck.
See, this is why I'll affect the stats.
Poor man. He just
As he he tries to kind of hug you, and as he feels that, you see him look at you with this complete surprise in his face as he tries to step back, and he says, "Oh well, Jerry, it seems like you've been working out, my friend. Perhaps we should have a little arm wrestling competition one of these days. It seems you might be able to actually show me something." And he laughs nervously, but you can see he's got this look of utter confusion on his face.
You mean I could beat you with arm wrestling?
ooh, Dim's fighting words.
I'm looking forward to it. For now, and you'll hear from behind another voice just saying, "Come on, boys, it's time to get moving. Not time for your stupid competitions." And you see a woman that is standing there stretching like she's getting ready to run, as she's dressed in light and light athletic gi with black leggings and a small combat jacket. She looks like kind of a gym bunny going out for a hike, but her katana sits in a blue sheath covered in yellow streaks of lightning and a sword knot ending in two small pom-poms. You see that her physique is that of a runner, clearly displaying athletic ability for a human, though her eyes look somewhat more cat-like, as does her smile. And she is standing at the front of the group, just warming up. This is Mawakite Ireme.
May I use an unerring eye as an action? Actually, I should just post it in the.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember any of them. Like IRL.
And no, that don't worry. These, your characters would recognize them. These haven't come up in the game before. You
Oh,
may have
I
caught.
thought I missed something.
No, don't worry. These are the other group that you guys are going to the festival with, but don't don't worry. They're not in your notes. I'm introducing them now. You would have seen them in the schools, and you can. Some of them you would recognize, some of them you won't. But what is that? You.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she is in her original form, but you will recognize as you look at this woman, she is a shifter. Um, so yeah, she is a kind of a shape changer, but it is just the shifter race.
Hmm.
And Z will kind of just roll her eyes as you're looking at her and say, "Oh, careful of that one. She's top student and top athlete, all that shit." And Sakura, you would know this woman quite well because she is the top athlete in the girls' school in Toto, well known as a runner. But her grades are equally impressive, though she has never been able to outsmart you in the overall standings, and she's quite competitive about that. So you will see her sort of eyeing you up and down as you join the group as well.
She'll go and greet her.
Ohayo, Sakura.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
So you've been chosen as well. Not surprising, I suppose.
Likewise.
You know these tests are going to be physical as well as mental, right?
Find my ways.
Well, I've been researching our competitors. I think this year should be an interesting festival. Let me know if you need to know anything about them. I've pretty much got details on everyone, and she seems quite cocky about it, but you'll see she pulls out like a file where she's got details on all the other entrants to the Genpuku festival, but she's looking at you and saying, I suppose it's just you lot that I actually need to add to the list. Not sure I've seen him before, and is just looking Elias up and down.
I'll just like
Can she
just
try
nod,
and
like
throw her off? Say, yeah, he's just a performer. He's just here to cheer us on.
So yeah, Elias says, Sakura's calling her cheerleader. What are you doing there?
She
Is this what
mentally
she said?
contacts him and says,
I'm just nodding towards I'm just nodding towards her, not Sakura, the other one, and just like, damn right you don't know me.
she just mentally contacts you and says that she's just trying to throw her off. She doesn't
so-
actually think you're a cheerleader. Don't worry.
So from her perspective, you just said is there to cheer her on, and he's just nodded emphatically, like yes, that's exactly what he's here for. And she kind of gives you a look, and she goes, "Oh, I didn't know we could bring our own supporters, but I suppose you'll need it." And she just she'll then turn her attention to Seto as she, like, her expression kind of changes, and that cocky facade sort of fades as you sense a admiration in her face as she sees him. Like, she's probably heard stories of his speed, and she seems quite surprised to see him here.
Oh, don't
See.
worry. He's a more than worthy opponent. You'll probably have trouble keeping up.
Well, we will see about that. And she's going to approach you, Seto, and say, I've heard you're pretty quick, Lord Shiba. I was wondering, perhaps, if you might like to, well, have a little race when we begin our march.
She mentally contacts him and says, "Don't." She's trying to gauge her competition.
I mean, I'm not the one to run away from the challenge, as long as there's something in it for me.
Well, what would you like? I could perhaps offer you something. And she's like, she seems to be kind of looking you up and down, trying to assess you, but also trying to think what she could actually use to bargain with you.
Just put a bet on it.
That sounds about right.
All right. And what are we betting? Poku?
I'm not really the type of guy that cares about money.
Bet for me then, I'll take it.
Well, you know what? We are going to a festival. How about The winner buys the first round of food for the other one's squad.
I like that. I can live with that. We have money
Uh-huh.
though to buy it.
Of course.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Oh, trust me. We know how to feed hungry people. And as she says this, you're going to hear this like squeal of excitement as a, a figure sort of comes flying down from one of the walls. This like tiny child-sized figure as she just falls down from the wall right onto Z's back, going, "Say, you're here!" And she's just going to be squealing as you see this girl, small and childlike in stature. You see she's wearing a hakama and a daisho that look almost comically small, but they are perfectly in proportion for her. And her hair is tied into a wild knot with candy themed hair ties and a fish shaped pin. And you see in her hands, like as she's wrapping her arms around Z's neck, she is still clutching a bag of crisps or some kind of like snack in a packet as um, she is just looking incredibly excited to see Z and kind of sitting on her hat, nearly knocking her over. And she has got blue skin and small horns. She looks like she is some kind of tiefling, but like a child.
Sakura looks intrigued.
Z will sort of pull it off of her head and just like hold it out in front of her as this little like chibi kind of uh, tiefling is like in her hands, and she just goes, "Tusky, what the hell? What are you doing here?" And she goes, "I'm going to the festival. What do you think?" "Oh, I don't think I've even met your friends. Hello, everyone. I'm Kashiruno Tusky." And she's gonna like just give a little bow with her head, but still airborne from Z as she kind of puts her down on the ground. And yeah, you would, Sakura, you'd probably recognize her. You've been in Toto long enough. Um, she also goes to the girls' school.
I just saying squeak, and they thought we are the weird one.
I'll tell Z, or essentially just look at her and just be like, I didn't know you had a little sister.
Yeah, Tusky's actually the first person I met when I came to Toto. We go way back. I mean, we've gotten into plenty of trouble over the years, pranking, parties, things like that. She was the first real friend I made. We actually, I think you'll probably get along too. We bonded over munchies and became stoner buddies together. I brought the weed, she brought the food. It's like we were made for each other. And
You've been
you
giving
see
a
her.
little bit of weed?
Well, she doesn't even need to smoke. This little one's a bottomless pit. Watch your bento boxes around her, and and she like you see this little tiefling turn and look at you just with like suddenly this look of insanity in her eyes as she goes, "Oh, you brought bento boxes?"
Oh no.
Zeta,
No?
you better win this.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're paying for that if you lose.
Yeah.
Zeto, does that sound like overconfidence to me?
Well, he is
Oof.
fast.
Sure, he is
It's not necessarily overconfidence.
I mean, all it takes is for one of them to have hold person.
I mean, that's cheating. There's no cheating. We're not cheaters.
You didn't establish rules yet. It's not cheating yet.
And either way, we have
You
time
see,
to
That's the. Do you not even have a smidge of honor, dude?
I have a smidge of honor. No, I have plenty of honor. That's why I abide by the rules. You gotta know the rules.
Yeah, if your first thought is to break them or bend them, then that's not how things work, mate.
My first thought is winning. It's not my fault you didn't set rules. But anyway, it's not between you and
They're
I. It's between you and
implied.
her.
And it doesn't
Oh.
really matter, even if they have a whole person. Don't have fucking. And I turn around and just look at Sakura and Astrea and
Yeah, Sakura would.
June. Yeah,
So,
like-
guys, I will be right back.
She'd
Sounds good.
watch out for like like a spell that's going to be cast and have
You
a
know,
counter
I-
spell.
See,
I
Sakura,
feel like-
sorry, Juna's currently picking at her teeth right now to outboard him.
Well, whatever the case, let's try not to kill each other before we get there.
You can stop me from casting Divine Smite.
Well,
I mean, they can.
They can try.
If they just make you mute. I don't.
It's not
Is
a
it
spell.
verbal? Yeah, but
Just
you have. Oh, it's a special thing.
yeah, it's a paladin thing.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You say "Wolololo," and instead of getting get like 48 of identity roll.
Imagine a small fucking mouse coming to you with a sword and then. Fucking sounds like a.
well, seems like the rest of you are gonna have competitors.
I'm back.
Cool.
A rivalry.
I back.
I'm dead.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Sakura's off
Spread
the
my
feed.
influence. I'm so proud.
It just took power away from Sakura now. How do you feel to be
I'm my
weakened?
Padawan.
I feel godlike.
I hear it every time, whether someone says it or not. It's like into my brain.
The only surprise is if the voice isn't Sakura's.
No, I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
Yeah, it's
At least if I
just
was
that someone beat you.
I would be able to say that I've influenced someone's life. I have changed.
I mean, just shoot them.
I mean,
I mean,
different
that's
strokes for
one way
different
to
folks.
do it.
I
mean-
mean, you influence their life.
You're not wrong, but it's kind of fucked up.
I mean, don't kill them.
Why-
Look, a little bit of pain builds character, alright? That's what we learned in Shira.
Ah, yes, a gun wound. Very much character.
Hey. Works.
So, where were we actually with these people? You had just met Tusky, and
They just got a hint of a bento box and it's apparently starting to lose their mind. Speaking of, I'm gonna move away. Awfully crowded bridge.
yeah, so these people are standing up here by the cart. They're kind of in this open area here. Again, sorry, I haven't even had to describe people for so long because I've usually got pictures. But I have got pictures. I just haven't made them yet.
I love the
So-
description.
You see, there are a couple of other. There's a full party of there are 7 people here, and as June, as you are sort of making your way up the stairs, you see there is a girl sitting on the stairs you didn't even notice before, as she is just kind of like huddled up against the side, and you see that she's playing with something in her hands. She's got, yeah, you see this like wild hair hanging over hunched shoulders. She's playing with a live spider that's kind of walking across her hands, and her eyes look wild and like crazed, as though she's staring far beyond what's actually in front of her. She doesn't notice you as you're making your way up the stairs.
Yeah,
It's
I give her
Chimera.
I give her like a little bit of wide berth and then just kind of whisper under my breath. Well, glad I'm not the only weird one here.
And she just like turns and looks at you as you whisper, you thought inaudibly, and she just like looks at you with this, like suddenly she snaps back to reality, and you see that her, like, you see a katana that is on her waist, as it is decorated and wrapped in intricately designed silver webbing. It's got several buckles and leather strips hanging from it to match her armor, but she is like just looks like the emo kid kind of playing with the spider here.
Like, is she like staring at me or something as she like does this snap back to reality kind of thing?
Yeah, she's staring at you as she's like you've distracted her, but she doesn't actually say anything.
What? Why are my dogs going crazy? Yeah, I'm gonna continue.
Sorry, say again.
No, my dogs are just going a bit crazy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she's kind of staring at you with this like crazed expression, but like she's curious, just tilting her head to the side as you will hear footsteps from behind her as you see another figure walking up wearing a white coat covering their back with a blue hakama, like a kind of like a lab coat, and emblazoned on it is the symbol of the Blue Dragon School. On their waist is several kabuki masks, but you see that their actual face is wooden and has a blank and expressionless like look on it as well, with eyes watching you closely as well. Um, this creature seems to be made of wood, like it is just walking up wearing this lab coat and a straw hat on as well.
She nearly bumps into him. He's like, and make eye contact with this thing. I just get weirder and weirder, and I make my way past him.
Does he have a phobia of fire?
I mean, one would assume. If anyone wants to see, because you guys have spent some time in Toto, if anyone wants to know anything about these people, you can make a history check or something like that. But just let me know, as he will nod to you and say, "Do not mind Dokiko. She is just a little shy. It is good to meet you. I am Sugizawa Manamasa," and he will bow to you, June, as he is speaking, and you can. He sort of reminds you of the like robotic creatures you met in Kamigawa, but carved of wood.
I just say, don't mind me, just making my way through, having a look around.
He will then turn his attention back to Dokiko and sort of help her up, and just to walk together with her to go and get ready to march.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make I'm just looking at them and just trying to gauge their abilities. So we've got weird person and then robot dude.
I'd say you can give me a perception check, or an arcana check to look over
Yeah.
them.
I'm gonna go Karna check. 30-20.
Okay, we'll say that's for the first one, and you can recognize that this Sawata Dokiko, the spider girl, is she seems like some kind of a warlock. Like she seems to be communing with that spider, and possibly like clearly spider themed, probably uses webs and things like that. But you can make another one for the wooden dude.
Sure thing. 26.
Okay, yeah, this creature you recognize as a warforged. You have now actually had some experience with these kinds of creatures, but he seems like magically imbued, and you notice with the 26, you kind of get this eldritch feeling now with your new powers. You almost see through the way energy is flowing through his body, and using this vision of the void, you actually can see that his arms have got blades inside them, like hidden inside the arm. As he doesn't have a sword on his hip, but they are hidden within his arms, which look like almost like prosthetics made to be used as weapons and spellcasting focuses. But his entire body seems to be the weapon, and he has probably designed that, or someone created him like that.
Yeah, as he's walking away, I'll just say, I think Jerry will like you quite a bit. Okay, I'm walking away.
He, as you say, Jerry, he turns and he looks down at you, Jerry, from the stairs, and you just like hear this mumble of recognition from him as he watches you as he's walking down the stairs.
Then I'll make my way over here and just lean over and just observe the troops moving around.
Yeah, you can give me a perception check as well. Anyone else doing anything at this point?
Well, I mean, I'd
No.
really just be looking for other rivals, I guess.
Okay, you can also give me a perception, as seems like this is most of them, but you haven't seen a full party yet.
Sakura will make some tea, not the bad tea that makes people forget who they are.
Oh yes, right there before you've even finished that, Azuhiro will be there. Like you know this guy as well. He's just a big ball of muscle, but he is there every day for tea whenever he sees you. You know that this guy is notoriously like a terrible flirt. He flirts with every woman in Toto, but he has never once hit on you, and you know that this is because he's terrified that you'd reject him and he wouldn't be able to get tea from you anymore. And you've kind of let that be the dynamic for as long as you've known him. But he's there every day for tea. It's his favorite thing.
That's great. She'll give him a cup.
Arigato, Sakura. You know, I'm so glad to be traveling with you. This is going to be wonderful. Every morning. Oh, I have missed this. And he will like give a bow and go enjoy his tea. As Dias and June, you guys look over the troops, and there's you are noticing that there is a sort of murmuring coming from inside the city walls as something like a procession is making its way towards you, and you assume that Daichi himself is on his way to join the march. As you can hear people sort of cheering and celebrating him as they arrive. But as you're looking around, you don't see any shinobi with the group, first of all, which you know is strange. But then you assume, oh, they're probably fucking hiding,
Yeah.
as shinobi do. But with those roles, none of you see them. So you get the feeling there is someone watching you, but you don't see them from where you're standing. Seto, however, with your passive perception, I forgot, is it 26? And you like hear this sound that you would know in particular because it is the sound that your feet make when you walk silently, like a cat's paws moving that is imperceptible to most people. But you notice up in the tower, you notice just eyes peering through the like through the wood, and there is a tabaxi sitting up there watching you.
I'll just give him the slightest of glances just to let him know that I know, and I'll just continue stretching and preparing myself for the dash.
As you like in that dance, you see the eyes disappear, and then it's like you almost hear the sigh as this creature has clearly been spotted and is just annoyed by it. But yeah, the procession seems to be getting closer, and as they are approaching, you will see a dragonborn walking down the street, as I'm sure some of you were expecting. You see a son of Daichi walking now to join the party, as this noble blue dragonborn with an immaculate kimono adorning his armored scales. He walks towards you with a gentle face for a dragonborn, seemingly locked into a permanent smile, as he has a sword on his hip, held in a two-tone sire with two detailed blue dragons spiraling around it in opposite directions. And as he is just like calmly making his way towards him, you see being carried in a can't remember what it's called, a carriage. Behind him is Daichi, actually sitting on a sort of throne inside this cupboard. What are they called, man? I've forgotten the word.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You know what I'm
Can't
talking
remember.
about?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
the word has just left my brain. But yeah, he is just being led by this a son of Daichi known as Ryufusa, as he joins you all and he greets his party, and he's going to bow to you and say, good to see you. I'm glad to have finally caught up. Sorry for the wait.
I'll just go to the Jerry and just quietly whisper to him. You know, at one point we should have had a blue dragonborn in our party as well. You know,
At one point,
whatever
we
happened
have.
to him?
He skipped out on a job, and let's say Shira doesn't like people do that.
Oh, that was a different one.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
you guys would
completely
see.
different.
You actually would see that Yuki would, and Stesney are probably here to watch the procession. Yuki has been undergoing medical treatment since then, and is pretty much ready to go. But he has not been chosen for the Genpuku Festival.
Oh, he's not brain dead anymore. Pog.
What are the chances
Only mostly.
Grovad is just dead?
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Matt's character died. Grovad rage, but there's a big difference. Yeah, what happened to Grovad is a mystery, and as far as as far as you guys know, Yuki probably is not quite up to full fighting capacity. Otherwise, he might have been picked, but he is no longer like completely brain dead. Kinji and actually this Warforged helped him fix that.
Probably wearing like a medical well, not a medical kimono, but like a white kimono showing that he's still supposed to be getting medical treatment or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you see, there's quite a lot of people. The people that you guys have trained with, you'll see your teachers there to see you off as well as they are approaching. The Dragonborn is going to whisper something to Erime, and she's going to just look up at the tower, and you'll hear her just shouting, "Keka, get down here! We're ready to go. Daichi's going to be here any second." Like literally, is right there, and you'll see this Tabaxi sort of stand up from the tower and just sigh, looking bored as hell as he climbs down the ladder, and you can see that he has got. He looks kind of adorable actually, but slightly grumpy. You know, he's full grumpy cat face with the tan fur and like blue eyes. He's wearing black shinobi gear with a red trim and pointed shoulders, and in his hands he wields long Wolverine-like claw weapons, which seem to be made with several Tanto or Wakazashi blades. And he just like slowly makes his way over to the group,
On his
sighing
way,
heavily.
can Sakura just quickly just intercept for like 2 seconds and pass him a cup of tea and then get out of his way?
Is it the cursed tea?
No,
Please, please.
no.
He takes a long, drawn out sigh as he takes the tea and just nods, like barely grateful for it, and he will just carry on walking with the tea.
Well, he seems ungrateful.
On the contrary, I'd say. Seemed
Just-
quite happy for that, relatively speaking.
I just hope it makes him feel better.
Oh, Tabaxi. What can you do about them?
The fuck are you implying, dude?
Tabaxi,
Always so
you know how
grumpy.
they are.
No,
Oh, that's
apparently
surprising.
not. Even though I'm one.
That's why it's surprising. Anyway, should we get ready for Daichi? Honors and all that.
I guess we should.
Can Sakura make a point, like not a very obvious point, but go around quickly handing out the rest of the tea, so that if Daichi asks her for tea, she has to be like, "Oh no, sorry, I'm out of tea." You know?
Yeah, you give
Fuck.
the last cup goes to General Mac as he arrives sort of in front of that procession as well, with Daichi behind him, and he will thank you and stand there drinking his tea as is literally Daichi the only one that misses out. Everyone else is happily having some tea before they leave.
Sakura is just finding brand new ways to just fuck with Daichi. I'm all for it.
I would be surprised if he noticed. You know?
It's the small acts of rebellion that are that are really cuts him deep.
Is Daichi an avid tea drinker?
It just doesn't like being left out. But no, as he arrives at these, there will be a couple of samurai who are also, well, not samurai, monks that are carrying carrying this thing, and they place it down as he is going to emerge from it and address the group as he welcomes you all here, and as you all sort of fall in, he'll address the crowd as well, as he celebrates that you are all about to leave, and that these are the top students of Toto, that they will return as champions of Nishisawa, and that soon they will all be fully fledged samurai worthy of fighting in the armies this summer. Everyone wish them luck, and When we are all ready, we shall depart. And he is going to pull actually a naginata from the carriage that is sitting with him, and there seems like some sort of a ceremonial glaive that you see it is imbued with all kinds of gems and is this made to look like a scaled blue dragon just spiraling round into the shape of the staff with this blue crystal that kind of looks like what you found in Mount Kogan up at the top, as he seems to get ready to strike it and is just waiting for everyone to fall in and get ready to march. Is everyone prepared, or is there something you'd like to do before you?
Dude, ready?
Yeah,
I
really.
feel like we're all ready.
Yep.
Estrella?
Ready to go.
And Zeto and Jerry, I assume you guys.
Yeah, we are. I am.
She's just kind of sitting on her broom waiting for everybody to go.
Okay. Well, as everyone falls in, Irume is going to. Sorry.
Can Sakura summon a cloud?
Yeah. Okay.
If she wants to be fancy.
Sure. You go a whistle and you'll see your Oji-san standing watching you from the walls, like kind of just clapping with everyone. You see that Indra is standing up there as well. Actually, he seems to have come out to see this with the other people from the bathhouse. This seems like everyone in town is getting around, and you'll even see Master Katsuya that you met earlier this morning standing watching, and as you whistle, you'll see a cloud come soaring down from the sky, looking so happy to have been called, as it does circles around the whole group and then comes and lands right in front of you, Sakura, just hovering a little bit off the ground, ready
Oh,
for you to take your
she's
spot.
very happy.
Are you gonna sit on it or stand on it? As you, I'm not sure how you ride this thing.
I think she'll sit, kind of just cross-legged.
You still got some tea. You sit there, ready for a calm ride. While at the front of the group, Seto and Erime are both standing side by side. As Erime is kind of warming up, she looks at you, gives you a nod, Seto, and like with this look of challenge in her eyes, but she looks ready for a race. Are you going to do anything, or are you just standing calm?
I'm just standing calm and I'm not even in like ready set go position. I'm just chilling.
You'll hear Daichi's voice from behind saying, I expect no one to be slacking on this march. We will be marching fast and through the night so that we may arrive tomorrow for the opening ceremony. I expect absolute speed. And he is going to hit the staff down onto the ground, as you'll hear this clap of lightning, and there is going to be lightning that surges through the ground and arcs even to those of you that are flying. All of you are just going to get engulfed by these like sparks of lightning that as they hit you, they don't burn. It leaves this strange like tingling sensation that runs through your body. And as he does this, all of you are going to have double movement speed for the next 24 hours.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow. So what is
Setter's
movement speed now?
heavily reacting.
As he does that, I'll also just slightly clap as well at the same moment, and as the electricity just flows and just like engulfs everybody, I'm just gonna cast the Ashar. I fucking hate this name. Ashardalon Stride as well.
Yes, absolutely. As you are casting that, you'll see Erume also casting a jutsu as you see like your feet just ignite and hers you just see just glowing with chakra as she gets ready to run as well. And with that, you are ready to march and you set off. Are you just going to immediately run, Seto? Or
No, I'm just gonna give her like a minute of advantage.
a
She
full
can
minute?
take-
Okay, well, as you
Figure that
as
out.
this happens, as you guys both cast these spells, uh, he is going to give the order to march, and she's just going to explode off this spot. You'll just see this explosion of dust as she rockets off down the road, and you see her moving at pretty incredible speed. Seto, I mean, you know that you're ridiculously fast, but she actually, I mean, this is full on anime style, just this cloud of dust disappearing into the distance. Um, but you give her a little head start, and then follow after her as you race off. I'm going to say, yeah, everyone else then starts marching. I assume just a regular fast march. Is it no one chasing that?
No,
What an idiot.
guys.
Sakura
Yeah.
might chase on the cloud.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah,
And look, you're
it's-
not going to catch up. I mean, we can probably say that June and Sakura are able to fly like at the head of the pack.
Jin's currently actually flying with the floating above the ground right by the party. So the groom is like floating with the party, and she's just reading a book as we're going.
Yeah, I mean, you guys wouldn't pick far apart from each other, even if Sakura's trying to sort of chase after them, as you all are pretty fast at this point, and it may may look even a little bit ridiculous, but just the base march speed is much faster than usual, and you guys all take off. However, as this race, oh sorry, what were you gonna say?
Can I point out that the cloud's flying speed is usually 80 feet when carrying no more than 200 pounds. Sakura is not too heavy, so she probably wouldn't be able to properly keep up, but she'd be able to maybe see them somewhere in the distance.
You can see the cloud for sure. Like you can see the dust cloud that they're kicking up, and you are at the front of the party. But uh, yeah, I mean everyone's sort of marching together, and you see there's a few people with decent speed in this party, but you're at the front, other than Erume and Seto that are rocketing off. Seto, what is your speed right now? As
Wait, I'm
yeah,
calculating. I fucked up.
so Sakura, I mean, you can be going pretty fast if you because you've got double speed, so that means you've got 160 right now,
Yeah.
and then you can still dash and stuff with that. So, well, I'm not sure if you'll can the cloud dash. I
I
think
have
so.
no idea.
Yeah, probably.
1080 feet per 6 seconds.
Can I ask, how did you get 90 times 2 equals 148?
I meant 180 because it was 140. I miscalculated the first time and I had to recalculate.
That is
But-
giving me a hernia.
What? Where are you seeing the calculations?
On the Discord chat.
Okay. So yeah, sorry. What is your what is your speed?
But that's only for like 6 seconds. Then I lose a little bit of speed.
So
Then I
yeah,
drop
what
off.
are you as you try and like you give her a bit of a head start, and the race was to get to the halfway point, which would be over here. As I mean, I suppose it's not technically halfway, but that would be the marker. That's where the road turns and where you would want to actually wait. Otherwise, you'd get to Nishizawa before all of them. But as this race kicks off and she seems to be using some jutsu and stuff to move pretty fucking fast herself. What are you actually doing what does it look like as you kick off and chase after her, and what abilities and stuff are you using?
Okay. So to to begin with, it's gonna be like a electrical car, and it's just gonna speed off of like she can go fast, sure, but soon she's just gonna see or essentially eat some dust because I can go for the first 6 seconds. I can go for 1,080, and after that I can have consistently 540 feet per 6 seconds. That's consistency. Because I lose the feel and agility, I can only have it until I stop for 6 seconds, and I don't really want to stop.
Okay, so yeah, that initial burst of speed, that you'll definitely catch up and even move past on that. But then your base. Sorry, how much?
540.
Okay, all right. So yeah, as you are like pairing off, you manage to catch up to her, and then you are sure that you're winning this as you kind of start going into that normal pace, which is still ridiculous. But you will notice that she is actually not that far behind you. You did manage to get a big gap because of that initial burst, but you notice giving her that head start has actually made it a much closer fight than you thought, and you can see like behind you there is this woman running with more determination than you've ever seen on anyone's face. Like you probably, this is still quite calm. Like I feel like Seto is probably quite composed even when he's going at full speed.
It's just like a. I just saw the fucking June.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm being chased by.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you think you way ahead, and then you just take one little glance over your shoulder, and that's what you see behind you, just like tearing the ground behind her as you are leaving this trail of flame, and it is just fire and those eyes.
Though I have to admit, I can't keep this up like fucking entire trip. Like I can't physically. I can keep it up for roughly 2 minutes, maybe. After that, I drop off another 180. So I drop to a 360, I think, because I just used all of my key points for the Step of the Wind. If she can keep up that fucking entire trip, then fuck me, I lost. There
Are
goes
you
the money.
using all your key points?
Yeah, but I mean that's the only way I can do it.
Yeah, no, that's what the Step of the Wind and everything. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so.
Because action is dash, and bonus action is Step of the Wind, which takes 1 key point, and that grants additional additional dash. So I twice dash.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to ask you to please give me an athletics or an acrobatics check because that stakes. But as yeah, she has been keeping up with you to a certain extent, but you are pushing yourself to actually. Oh, okay, that is not great. Did I say with advantage?
No.
Oh, I meant to. Yeah, with using all of that because you're pushing yourself, you will have advantage, and then
9?
4. Yes. So with the nat 20, you absolutely she keeps up with you for most of the way, but this this trip takes a long ass time, and eventually you will arrive first at the shrine. Let's see. So yeah, the rest of you follow this trail of fire that and like just footsteps that are like etched into the ground for. I mean, this shit goes for like 200 Ks. they've, they've just blasted off into the distance. And Seto, you arrive at a shrine that marks the midway point, and as soon as you get there, like panting and out of breath, you turn and you see her like face down on the ground, like about maybe 400 feet away from you. You just see she's like trying to crawl her way forward as she's also just run out of energy. But you have definitely won.
I'll just, I'll just go pick her up. I don't really want to see people, so I'll just like slowly jog off in order to just alleviate the acid in my muscles. So just slowly jog off next to her and then pick her up by her head and put her arm above my shoulder and just slowly, start walking away to where we need to go.
Holy shit. Faster than any. How did you do that? I need to train more. Well done. And she doesn't understand what's just happened, but you can see she's delirious from like going all out.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody keep up. Hell, well, to be honest, ever since I was born. So, if not something, I mean, you definitely earned my recognition, if that means anything. That was a fucking long ass road.
You're telling me? I ran straight through a bamboo patch. God damn! And you, you notice she's like also just battered and bruised from like everything she's hit along the way. And as you are sort of helping her along, you'll see that her form actually starts to turn more human again, as you now notice as part of that running she had used her shifter abilities to become more cat-like herself in order to run. And yeah, she's going to need a moment to recover as well. But you guys can go up to the shrine and take a rest as you wait for everyone else to catch up, as it'll probably take them the rest of the day.
Not
I'll just
necessary.
grab a pouch of water and just extend it to her. Well, if not anything, we can at least just take a little bit of a nap. They're gonna take probably a lot of fucking time, anyways. And I'll climb onto this fox statue, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'll lean my head against its head, and I'll just roll myself for one, close my eyes, and just enjoy good smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can sit, and she will also kind of lean against the statue. She'll not accept any smoke. She'll try and sit out of the way of it, but you guys can take a short rest as you wait for the rest of the party. As eventually we'll go back to the rest of you as you are hiking along. Sakura, you are speeding along for a while, watching them, but it is impossible to catch up to them, even going full speed on this cloud. Eventually, the cloud starts to get tired as well, and you are kind of caught between the two of them. Are you going to try and push to catch up to them, or are you going to fall back to the rest of the party?
She'll probably wait for the rest to catch up, give the cloud a bit of a rest. Just so that it doesn't get too tired. Yeah, she'll probably stop and wait for the rest of everyone to catch up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will say from the cloud's perspective, you would have seen that whole race from the sky, just the like watching the dust trail that they left behind, and yeah, not not that long until the rest of the party catches up to you. What are the rest of you doing as you are marching?
I'm holding the giant banner.
Jean's just vibing. Laying down on her broom, floating while reading her Necronomicon. She covers the cover of the Necronomicon with like a fake cover.
Yeah, no, I mean you are going at pretty high speeds, but still, it's what is the fake cover? Is it like, have you got like a comic book over it, or is it just
Hot mind flayers near you.
that's the
probably.
actual cover?
You know what? We'll have the cover name "Mysterious Beasts" and where to find them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
she's just
So,
laying back while everybody else is walking like peasants.
yeah, as are any of the rest of you doing anything on the way, or shall we wait until you've caught up with Seto, where they basically have a camping spot?
Would have just remarked to like the other party and just, I guess you have a monk too.
But yeah, you're gonna have to. I think you're gonna have to set rules if you're gonna let them out for a while.
Kit, please can you mute your mic? We can hear you talking to someone in the back. Yeah, as you say that, the Warforged would nod and say, "Indeed, she is quite determined. That one wants nothing more than to one up herself. I'm sure if she loses this race, she'll never forgive herself. But would be good
Well,
inspiration."
You mean when she loses this race?
fuck off. Just
Never seen her lose one before. It would be, I guess, there is a first time for everything, but it would be a surprise.
oh, you have no idea, Seto. He's a fucking cat. And I just leave it at that. Just like
Just hear this sort of like groan from the other tabaxi that just is like, seems the least enthusiastic. Uh, what's his name? The guy sort of looks at the tabaxi and looks back at you and goes, "I don't know. In my experience, even if they're fast, it doesn't lend itself to training very well. You know what I mean? These tabaxi always have other things on their mind."
oh yes. A couple of us, including ours, have a bit of a naughty habit, and I just look towards Z.
What? No, I don't know what you mean. Just to hide something in her sleep.
And it just Z, your sleeve's on fire.
It runs off like a flame.
uh
You see the little tiefling kid just jump across frame and tackle her to the ground. "Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll!" And she's just the two of them roll off the road. Just trying to put that out.
just sort of just watching in silence.
Yeah, they come back like minutes later, both snacking on some shoots they found in, like, they both look like they pandas just eating bamboo shoots. but Z doesn't seem so impressed with it. You guys are now, as you continue hiking, it takes most of the day to catch up to the rest of them, but you do eventually do so, as I will put you down on the map as well, and you see a kitsune shrine in the distance, deep in the bamboo forests.
I wonder if we will find them here.
Yeah, they're probably lazing on over on that shrine by now.
I mean, this is where they were supposed to run to, right? Halfway point.
There seems to be a cat lying on the shrine.
Hey, Santa,
just
did you
sleeping.
win?
I'm just sleeping.
Pick up a pebble and throw it in.
The
By
pebble
the
is.
time you arrive, as Seto's fast asleep, you see Irma is back to her feet, and you see her trying to do push-ups as she's like gone right back to training. As it seems like she feels like she needs to be better, but the pebble hits you, Seto, and you are woken to see the whole progression arriving. Procession, I mean.
I'll just slowly start getting up, look at the general direction, and just say so that not Emperor, Daichi can't hear it. Fuck you, Jerry. And I'll jump off and go and meet everybody.
So, did you win?
Kind of dumb question is that?
Good to hear.
Awfully
Yeah,
unsportsman.
I shout back to the other party and say, "I told you so."
You see the little one just go, "What? You really won? So we aren't getting free lunch?"
No, you're getting it. She's paying it.
Hey, works for me.
Well, guys, get ready. Order some expensive shit. We're getting a good feast on the festival.
How do you guys feel about lobster tail?
Lobster what?
Lobster tail.
What's a lobster?
I know what a lobster. Yeah, you have to know what a lobster is. It's the most delicious food ever.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, if it has a tail, dude.
They're bugs. They're just fucking ocean bugs.
Bugs? The
Ocean
fuck?
bugs.
Have you ever fried them in garlic and butter? Oh,
No.
I didn't know our fucking warlock patron was Gordon fucking Ramsay.
So, Elias, you would know that there's a restaurant in Kunasa that is quite famous for going to all of these festivals. That makes seafood. Where, I mean, they probably have been making lots of Kraken dishes recently, but you know that they will probably be at this festival, and that it is a very popular place to get things like that. Yeah. Just in case you're wondering, like Z is also sort of theorizing about what kind of food they might find at the festival.
Hey June.
yeah.
Actually, no. Never mind. It'll be a surprise.
Wait, what? No, you gotta tell me now. Tell me, you son of a. Ah! You see, it's literally destroying her that you're not telling you. Would you hide it?
Could just give me the smuggest shit-eating grin. Just
She's just clenching a fist at you. Damn you, Elias!
So are you guys going to try and continue hiking through the night, or are you going to, as that would basically be a forced march, or are you going to set up camp for the night here? I mean, I know Daichi would probably be the one giving the orders, but it's up to you guys what you actually want to do.
I think we could use a rest.
Didn't Daichi say that we're marching through the night?
Well, let him tell us to keep going then.
I mean,
You guys are tired?
Fuck off, kitty cat.
You've
Eh,
been walking, dude. How do you get tired from walking?
I'm a human, now fuck off.
Yeah, and
I mean, I can
One
always
of
take
the
a nap.
great- one of the greatest monks are humans, and they can walk for 36 days without
Okay.
staying.
I'm not a monk.
I mean, if they can walk so far.
Some of the greatest warriors are not mouse folk, but this one can break your neck.
Gary, since why the fuck are you warrior?
So what am I?
Jerry's everything. He has picked up everything. He's now the all-man class.
Let's see, engineer, muscle
Where is my
man,
jack of all trades then?
swordsman, paladin,
Inventor.
very angry man, very angry mouse. I mean, too
Very
angry to
mouse man.
die. Time traveler.
I mean, saying time traveler as a career is misleading.
I mean, okay, time traveled. How about that?
I'd add the word incidental, but otherwise, yeah.
Professional napper.
Oh,
Erime is going to be speaking to her party and telling them that she goes, well, looks like we still need some training if we're going to keep up with our competitors. I think we're going to keep going through the night, but everyone can take a short rest here, take a breather, and then we'll try and get to Nishizawa by morning, hopefully. And you know that it's probably a bit further than that. Taking a long rest here would mean you'll arrive in Nishizawa tomorrow in the evening, but if you were to push it, you could probably get there around midday tomorrow.
And what is the ceremony itself?
So tomorrow is the opening ceremony, but it is a long festival. So it doesn't really matter if you're a day or too late. But yeah, tomorrow is the first, and is also Sakura's birthday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't suppose we'll be too heavily tested on the first day, so I'd say we can keep going.
Yeah, the trial won't begin yet. You'll have a few days to train and like enjoy the festival before your actual Genpuku like test starts.
Hmm. Yeah.
You want to take a short rest first, and I mean I know you probably don't need it mechanically, but
Yeah, sure.
okay.
I have one spell slot that I can get back, so I'll use it.
Fucking
Cool. So
warlock.
then, as everyone, after you take a short rest and decide to keep on hiking through the night, I'm going to ask everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw to try and avoid exhaustion as you embark on a forced march.
I will counter that by summoning on Pegasus, sit up on it, have my hand on in basically just keep on it and then read, thereby invoking the
that's
aspect of the moon, so I can get a long rest. Or what would count for that one?
Sorry, just hold on, Sakura. Just 1 second. No, you can't ride a Pegasus and get a long rest. I don't know if you've ever tried riding a horse, but that you're not taking a relaxing, like not reading a book while you're riding that. I mean, you can read your book while you're riding because the horse is going and you are like part goat, but still, it won't be a long rest that you're taking. You're still moving, but it won't risk exhaustion because you're using a mount now. And Sakura, what were you saying?
Oh no.
Yeah, you're still like, I don't know if you guys have ever traveled before, but if you're driving a vehicle, you still got to take some Red Bulls. You are still in control of it. You need to be aware that you don't fall off the cloud while you're going. It's not like there's no seat belts. So, yeah, sitting, even just, sometimes you got to stop at, like, make a pit stop. This is, you've already been going for 8 hours, and now you're trying to go for another 8 hours. So, yeah, you're going to need to make that con save.
Okay.
If I failed, I'll use my diamond soul. Just tell me.
Yeah, so
Still don't understand where that that picture comes from.
okay, June, it is really that broom is really starting to, like, you're getting splinters and shit. It's
Bad case of number.
can you imagine just sitting on a broom for like 16 straight hours?
Yeah.
Elias, you're doing, Elias and Seto, you are both doing quite well until the last, like, the last stretch where it is starting to get tougher and tougher to keep going. But Seto, with your diamond soul, you are able to push through it. However,
We
Elias,
would have got 18 thanks to Jerry.
Yeah.
If that changes anything.
yeah, okay, fair enough. So an 18 would be just enough. So then you are actually okay. That was the DC. However, yeah, June, still for you, Jerry, you all good. And I just need then Sakura one for, it's more for your cloud than for you, but that core strength of just sitting upright on.
Okay, my bin mine didn't come through because my forge is being sketchy. Let me roll.
Does Australia also need to roll?
No, because she has only used her mount halfway, so.
Okay, gotcha.
Roll in the bot commands.
Okay.
Put the space bar between the R and the die itself.
What? Sorry, Jerry, you're very quiet.
Oh, sorry. No, Sakura just forgot to to space the 1 and the R
Okay.
the command.
Okay, so that is a 19.
And with my +4 it's 23.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. So none of you actually suffer an exhaustion as
Except me.
except for June as you continue. Yeah, sorry, I think Foundries might be giving up on all of us.
It seems so.
Looks like it, but it's not responding to me. I maybe actually is Sakura's role showing up for any of you? The concept.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I rolled in bot commands because Foundry crashed and I'm reloading it.
Yeah, but that I'm saying like it might be all of us. Oh, there we go. Cool.
Oh yeah, everything's lagged for a sec.
I'll be right back.
Just a heads up, DM, I have to leave in 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Oh, is that the time already? Sure.
Yeah, I know, it's gone quickly.
Okay, so yeah, as you are traveling, there is not much of note. The forests seem surprisingly safe. Actually, you didn't run into any creatures. Seems like unusual for this area. You've gone through it before and run into lots of trouble, but those are either the creatures are too small and now scared of the big party that you are walking with, or a lot of creatures have actually been cleared out of these forests. But by about midday the following day, you will be arriving in Nishizawa, and we're going to give Foundry a minute here to sort itself out, and then we'll get into that. But today is the first, and it is Sakura's 16th birthday, I believe.
Happy birthday, Sakura!
She's not even here.
Yeah,
I know.
should be right back.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Everything's totally lagged out. Okay. As you are approaching the city, actually, is there anything anyone wants to do before they get to Nishizawa? Like, I don't know. Are you maybe you want to wear a disguise or something, or I don't know. The last time you guys were in Nishizawa, you were prisoners, so it's up to you.
I will wear my glasses upside down. Nobody will recognize me.
Everybody
Right,
does.
looking like you've come out of the festival.
Change the dimple that appears on my right cheek to the left side of my cheek.
Yeah, I think that Jerry that was arrested in Nishizawa and the one that he looks like right now are completely different, so he'll be fine.
I don't think I would have ever been in Nishizawa.
Yeah,
Astrea wasn't wearing a mask at that time, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, whatever you guys did to get arrested, I wasn't there for, so.
Yeah, neither was Sakura or June, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that was let's see, it was Ian, Sato, Australia, Jerry, and then one other person. Who am I forgetting?
You forgot the. Let's see, there was. Animu, I forget the name. Mary.
Mary.
I think also there was. Tal. Was Tal? Yeah, Tal was there.
Yeah, there was somebody else, yeah.
I only know because I have a folder that is named.
Everyone else also still having issues with Forge.
Yeah, it's
I'm back in.
slow, but then right, there's not all that much to look at the moment, Sakura. But it is your birthday today, as you guys will be hiking as it sort of crosses over. Is there anything you want to do to sort of like acknowledge that, Sakura, or are you going to wait for the festival when everyone's actually arrived?
Um, she might just go around the corner and like blow out a little candle and a little cupcake that a G-son might have made her or something.
Like while you're walking?
Yeah, just I mean it's dark, you know.
Yeah, everyone's lighting torches or like casting spells for light as they're walking, but Sakura's just like sitting on her cloud lighting a little cupcake.
You
Yeah,
guys, what?
She'll go a bit up, you know. She'll have the cloud fly a little bit up. She'll light her little candle, make a wish, blow it out, and eat the cupcake and go back down.
You'll hear a voice as you blow the candle out, like just a second after it, go, "Can I have some?" And you will notice that Tusky has snuck onto the cloud before you went airborne, and she is like
Horrible.
sitting right next to you.
She gets a bit of a fright because it's the middle of the night and it's dark, and like
This tiny little blue devil face that's looking at you, like with this hungry look in its eyes.
she'll split it in half.
Oh, thanks. What's the occasion? Why are you hoarding cupcakes?
So it's my 16th birthday today.
What? No shit. Oh, we're gonna have a party tonight. Yes. And she just like yells down from the cloud. She's like, "See, you didn't tell me there was a birthday party happening." And he just looks up like, "The fuck?"
I don't know if there's a
They-
birthday party. It's just a birthday. I might make some tea.
He grabs you by the cheeks and looks you like dead in the eyes. She goes, "No, there will be a party. Just come on, we're going to a festival. You know how much cool stuff there's going to be? Oh, this is going to be great. Ooh, I got to go make plans." And then she just is going to jump off the cloud, still mid-air, and just like, you're pretty sure she would plummet to her death, but she is going to like backflip off the cloud, and as she falls, you will hear just one beat of a drum, and then you will see she just kind of floats down to the ground. She casts a feather fall to catch herself.
Nice. That's very sweet of her, though. I feel like she's more
Lands,
excited for Sakura's birthday than she is.
yeah, she lands like next to Z and just like, drags her aside, and she goes, "Come on, we have plans to make," and they start to, like whispering together. Um, Yeah, but you have your half a cupcake, and as you guys are arriving just outside the city, I'm going to actually move us over to the city map so you can see what Nishisawa looks like before June has to disappear.
Yeah,
Why does June have to disappear to?
because I need to get to bed early. I have to be up very early tomorrow morning.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So, as you guys arrive in the morning, you can see. Oh, it's a little bit later than that. So, as you guys arrive the following morning, you can see that there is a long line of like stalls and things that are already being set up, and you can see that there are flashing like what look like fireworks, but not like the big ones that have signaled danger in Toto. These are celebratory, and there are throngs of people on the streets, just uh, people that are in all sorts of different colors, and they are clearly ready for a festival, dressed brightly for the spring festival, as You see Lion Clan samurai walking up and down the streets. You see children running past, like pets everywhere. This town seems like quite a contrast to Toto, where it was all just samurai training and it's like quite dusty and everywhere's a school. Here you can see there are people living and enjoying life, and there is real celebration going on here. All kinds of different creatures all over the place, and there are several places you can actually go in Nishizawa. I haven't put down all the markers yet, but you will see that there are rivers going through the city, and along the rivers there are just market stalls that have been opened up with people selling all kinds of trinkets. There are places where there are festival games happening. You can see there are parks that are specifically demarcated for uh, for this festival and for the games and stalls and things like that. So there are different places that you can actually go to experience that. And then there is the main castle where the daimyo sits and where the participants will be expected to fall in when the actual like daisho ceremony begins. There is a temple where the arena is held, and there are estates and different places for all of the different clans to come and basically stay while they are here in the town, because they are all arriving in these processions, much like yours. Not everyone's here yet, but you will see them amongst the crowds as well, other Genpuku participants. What are you guys doing as you arrive in the town?
It's
Well,
certainly vibrant.
where do we go to feast?
Can we take a nap, please?
No,
Wanna take a
June.
nap?
June, listen here. I have an idea. We go find the nearest place where we can get a drink and order so many you get so smashed. And just sleep.
So I can pass out very early? That sounds like a plan.
That sounds kind of boring.
Adult business.
Have you not ever got smashed?
She's a child.
Oh yeah, she just turned 16. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
Oh. Happy birthday.
Yeah, 16 is the legal drinking age in Kiga too, so this is very exciting.
Well then, Sakura,
Aussie.
would you like June is getting drunk?
Good wine.
Maybe you should try it. Find out.
Z and Husky will immediately, after you say you're looking for food, will follow their noses and lead you to where there are some food stalls happening, and there is a bar there as well. So I'll put you guys down on this side of the map as you arrive in one of the parks. And I haven't put down, of course, all the other tokens yet, but I will have those for next week. But for now, we can play around here for. You see as you arrive, you walk through a torii gate and you see a stall selling hot food. They've got all sorts of like meat sticks and different bowls of like any kind of stir fry you can imagine. You can see that there is a fighting pit. There are festival games, like there are even like a kind of a whack-a-mole type thing, but they are goblins that pop up, and the hammer on it is like a crab can daitsushi. There's the ski ball. There's freaking tests of strength. There are shooting contests. There's a blacksmith here where you can see one of the Kakita smiths from the Crane clan is busy setting up his stall for the day. There is a carousel which Estrella has already gotten on.
Yeah, I imagine just seeing it and it's like running and turtle. Just if there's any kids they're just gonna get pushed off and on the turtle.
Yeah, you totally punch a child to get onto the dragon turtle, and um, there are all sorts of like these mythical beasts that are on this carousel, and you can see, um, yeah, a few of the other party members just scatter into the crowds here, looking at all of these things. Right next to the carousel is a stand where you can see there is someone standing there. Apparently, it looks like a fruit stand at first, but then you realize that the challenge is it's basically a fruit ninja challenge to see how many of these fruit you can slice before the time runs out. And next to that is a bar, which is you can see no one has started drinking just yet. It's like 10 in the morning, but they are set up and ready to go. They've just opened, and there is also tea that is currently sitting out there that you can smell as you get closer. So where are you guys heading first? Yeah.
June is gonna get smashed. But yeah, I'll have to head out now, guys. But thanks for the session. Enjoy the rest of the session.
See ya, alcoholic.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks
bye,
for the-
everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So as June immediately goes and it takes one shot and falls asleep from the long walk just on the bar. As she lies there, what are the rest of you guys going to do? Is you have arrived at the festival. There are games to play, food to buy. What do you want to
There's a hot food stand, and I go to grab food.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a second. Grab my note.
There's always rat on the stick.
Yeah, there is actually rat on the stick, which seems insensitive to you as you walk up, but there is. You can see that they are selling a number of different items, and they are still just getting set up. So things are currently just starting to cook, and you can smell that the food coming from here just smells absolutely delicious. As you see a man with 4 arms behind the counter, wearing an apron and like a chef's hat, as he comes up to the counter and he goes, "Hey there, little buddy, what can I get you?"
I see you're still setting up shop. So, what do you have?
Oh, we got some meat sticks ready to go. We got you want something spicy, or you want something to drink? We've got, let's see, and
Something one meat stick and something that doesn't have meat.
sorry, say again the second part.
One meat stick and one whatever you have that doesn't have meat in it.
All right. Well, we've got some roast bean juice if you want. If you want something with no meat, otherwise everything here is pretty meaty. We've got some dragonfire peppers too, if that interests. If you want something hot and spicy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. We will. At this point, we're not going to worry too much about how much these things cost because we're going to get into money management for the next hour. But Jerry, you managed to you procure some nice barbecued meat and a potion of roast bean juice, which I will add to your character sheet. It is quite bitter, and when you consume it, you will have advantage on initiative rolls and on saving throws against being knocked unconscious for 8 hours.
Oh damn. Just want to eat.
This is actually quite like a nice, refreshing thing that will kind of keep you awake, as it's like an energy drink in a way, and you don't feel like you need to rest that much after your long hike. It
I'll
is
just
quite
put the,
yeah, calm.
put the potion away and just lower the stick to Spike. Not lower, just hand it to him on the same height.
Yeah, he will probably be enjoying that. Anyone else getting food?
Wouldn't, but this here looks mighty interesting.
I'll just. Is the Ireme around me? The girl that lost?
Yeah, she's around. She's also eyeing out that bar after the last bit. Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna approach her and be like, "Ever been here? Know anything good?"
In Nishizawa, you mean, or at the festival itself?
Uh, both.
Well, sure. I mean, I've never competed, but usually all the traders from all over the place come to this festival. I think, and she points at the tent. She says, "I think these are the fortune tellers. I've heard they were working in Mount Kargan for a while. They have a whole bazaar up there, but tabaxi merchants, you might like them if you want to get your fortune read. Otherwise, yeah, most of the stalls probably have quite good food. I think there's a big shooting competition that's should be happening over the next few days. If you fancy your luck with a bow,
Yeah. I was thinking more of like, uh, like to get my companions fed before, just going around and enjoying ourselves with a festival.
I mean,
It's
these
better.
guys have at this place. You can see there's only one place selling food, other than the other, like the fruit stand, which you can obviously see there's food there. But it seems like at this part of the festival, there's only one restaurant.
Shit.
So
Well,
there is the
I'm just
whole
gonna.
other city. I mean, there's like there are places that are permanent restaurants and things in Nishizawa that she would be able to. She'd point a couple of them out and give you some basic directions on the city map. But here at the festival, that's only like market stall.
Can Sakura ask where she can find mochi?
Oh yeah, that I'm sure you could from them. There are, as I said, there's a lot of like other market stalls if you go out into the market, and so you'd easily be able to find that kind of stuff. Uh, if you are looking for just snack things, we might not have that on the map, but you can assume that you can walk through those kinds of stalls if you're looking for sweets.
Okay.
You'll see there are places selling candied spiders, which the other woman is currently purchasing when you get up there, but they seem to have a whole range of sweets and all kinds of sweet snacks. They sell gummy bears, these every flavored owl bears they call them. Um, you can see they've got mochi as well, just someone making it right there in front of you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, she gets some mochi and she kind of wants to try every flavor bears, owl bears. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Okay. You can um, give me an Arcana check actually as you look over these every flavored owlbears, as Z would you would remember Z warning you about eating random gummy bears.
Oh yeah. Plus 13, 21.
Okay, yeah, with a 21, these look pretty good actually. They look magical as well, as you see they come in a pouch of gummies. Like you can get you you roll for how many you get when you buy it. But some of these, they've got like randomly determined magical effects. Some of them, your mouth would turn into the mouth of an owlbear. And some of them, you'd get the claws of an owlbear, or some of the feathers. It's like they actually transform you and give you owlbear powers eating these.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, you can easily procure yourself a bag of owlbear gummies. I'll add that to your character sheet and find.
Thank you.
But I think I might have put them on the D&D Beyond. I'm not.
Which-
I feel like I might have put them on when you ran a festival.
Oh, really?
Sounds correct.
Ages ago.
Well, the people that run the restaurant are the same people. It's Fung Food. They may be undergoing a rebranding, but these are the guys from Kunas.
My punny names.
Yeah, is anyone else doing anything? Or Seto, were you going to go and get something? You said you were looking.
Yeah, I would go for. I mean, everybody else is going their direction, but I'd turn around and just ask Jerry, "God, do you have anything good?" Sorry? Fucking mouse.
Uh,
I just go
Yes,
grab
Smith.
probably something to bite.
You will see at the same place that Sakura is looking, they also make gnome salt taffy. They make yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here. You can smell there is fresh bread being baked in one of these stalls. You can see some places just are selling different kinds of mead and like a lot of magical little snacks and things that all have different effects. There are some dragonfire peppers that actually make you breathe fire, which you can see some people messing around with, just like a jalapeno popper that actually gives you dragon's breath for a minute.
I'd probably just grab anything that smells most delicious. Wouldn't really be too picky. And then I'll just turn and look at the girl and like just put it on her tab. I want the bet she has to pay.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why you don't have to pay for any of this she's buying.
Oh, actually, can Sakura also just say, "Oh yeah, please put my stuff on a tab as well." And with that, can I also just have like 3 more servings of mochi?
Yeah, you absolutely can. We can assume that all of these, all the food you are getting here will be on her tab, and yeah, she'll deal with the bill later.
Nice.
Okay, so as yeah, Z's also getting some chow with her little buddy there. We'll go over here to the middle to these games where Elias, you have arrived at the archery competition. Are you going to try and enter that as you see someone standing there, like this is a festival game?
Yes.
All right, well, welcome. We can grab one of these Yumi here. It is just a small entry fee, which we can waive for now. But he is going to hand you this bow, and you will get 3 arrows. If you can hit the target, depending on where you hit the target, you will see like painted onto these hay bales are rings. And he says, depending on where you can hit the target, you will earn a prize. You can earn a token that can be cashed in for magic items.
I see.
Are you ready to make an attempt?
And I just kind of like give it a second's thought. Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. So you can try and make an attack roll. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my. I had the mechanics here a second ago. Yes, so there's basically a different DC depending on. Oh, here we go. So you are given 3 arrows, and at the end of this little range, you will see the targets. You can make 3 ranged attacks, and you will get points based on the DC that you hit. So an AC for the outer ring is 14, then it goes in 16, 18, and 22 for the bullseye.
Then, and I take it there's no time pressure, really.
No, you've just got 3 arrows.
Lovely. Then, I have this feature.
Oh yeah, you can you can absolutely. It doesn't have to be in a turn. That's exactly the time to use it. As you take aim and be like, all right, hit the target, win a prize. Let's see what you can do, sir.
Should I just use my crossbow as
Yeah.
cool.
Oh my God, direct hit, absolute bullseye. All right, well done, sir. Perhaps we should make it a little more difficult, and you can take a few steps back. This is meant to be the easier competition. So the main
I
shooting
see.
competition is across the way, but I mean, you're welcome to train. You'll still win a prize.
Why not? I'm already here.
Unless that was just a lucky shot. I don't mean to judge you, sir, but please, that's your first arrow. And yeah, at this point, like, there's never been a more perfect bullseye on that hay bale. So your second arrow, you might be able to split that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see if we can Robin Hood it.
Oh, not quite. So you do totally hit the bullseye, but you have now got the two arrows pegged into the bullseye. That's another 10 points, sir. 20 points to you already. Another another shot like that, you'll win a badge and our ornate quiver. And you'll see the like fancy quiver that it is up. It seems like he's just put it up there. It's their like top prize, and you've already almost won it.
I, on one hand, feel kind of bad. Aw.
Okay, another perfect bullseye. Not splitting these arrows at this point, but you do hit 3 perfect bullseyes, and they are nice and tightly grouped. Another 10 points, because that's maximum points. So well done. You have earned yourself a badge and this ornate quiver worth 40 gold pieces. I thank you for playing, and I hope that we will see you in the main shooting competition. That gets a little more interesting.
Oh, by all means.
Well, if you just head across the way, you'll find it there beside the river. Big dragon head. You can't miss it. And he will hand you this quiver, which is not a magic item. It is just a very
nice quiver.
fancy looking quiver.
Awesome.
And a small golden badge, which is like a little token, and you're not sure where exactly you can spend it yet, but this is like a token that you win for a first place in one of these competitions.
I'll bow to him and just thank him.
Cool. So you can. I don't know. Have you got any? I'm trying to think how to track this, but you can just
Could
make
just
a
add it
note that
to-
you've made one. That you've got one badge copper
Mm.
token.
Could just add it to my inventory and D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
That should
just
work,
add a-
right? Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. And then across the way, we've got Jerry. As you see, there is quite an interesting device there. This is not quite as simple as it looks on the map. Actually, as you approach, you see that inside like there's a bell at the top, but it is actually open, and there is a tube that is filled with some sort of liquid, like water or something. But you notice that inside it is a flump that is just floating there. I assumed I must have had a flump already imported. But do you guys
Yeah,
know that?
I looked at it real quick.
I'll put one down on the map as we're going. But as you approach it, you will see someone standing there as well, saying, "Welcome, sir. What finer way of testing your strength than striking a set of bellows with a maul and sending that little flump shooting out the top of the tube? Don't worry, he loves it. Care to try your luck?"
Yeah, why not?
All right. So you will see there is a hammer there, where you can pick up that maul, and let me see. Yeah. So if the flump shoots out the top of the tube, you will win it. And yeah, so a strength check. So I'm just checking the mechanics. So yeah, you must make a strength check, and if you're proficient with mauls, or hammers, you can make you can add your proficiency bonus to the check, but it is just straight strength. Or actually, I suppose you can make it athletics. Fuck it, why not? It's a test of your strength. So, when you are ready, let me know when you want to swing the hammer and what it will look like when you do.
Yeah, just hold the maul in one hand, like spin it a bit, and then I just, as I bring it down, I yell as hard as I can in rage. And I'm striking the bottom of it.
Rage. To get advantage.
Giant smite as well.
No, that's way too weird.
Jerry's just gonna leave a crater where this festival was.
38.
Oh!
It's gone.
So, Jerry, yeah, please describe to me how you not only destroy this machine, but send that flump into space.
It's like from Pokemon when they defeat Team Rocket, and they just
Exactly.
fly.
Oh, the poor flump.
The rest of you hear this explosion as there is just this, like, there's this massive explosion. The bell explodes as there is a crater left in the where you bring the hammer down. That is kind of just 10 feet around that area. There is just now a ditch in the ground as that flump gets launched. And yeah, you see that little twinkle of a star as it disappears into the sky, and you just hear it scream all the way up as the guy that was standing there next to the machine, like he was watching a mouse walk up and, and swing this thing, and he is prone at the end of this, just lying in the dust and debris, just looking at you with terror, as he like doesn't have any words, but he just like lifts a shaking hand with a coin in it, and he just like holds it out towards you, Jerry, as yeah, you have destroyed his machine and won this game by far.
Yeah, I'll just take the coin and then look at what I've done and just sorry about that, and I'll just start casting mending, trying to repair it.
Yeah, and with ease you'll be able to repair it. However, you won't be able to replace the Flump, who is currently floating alongside Crack the Goblin somewhere in space. And yeah. But you managed to fix his thing, and he goes, don't worry about it, sir. It's quite all right, quite all right. You enjoy the festival.
Thanks. And sleep.
That man is going to have nightmares the rest of his life about this mouse. But yeah, Jerry, you've also got a token. As Estrella, have you been riding the carousel this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, you. there's no mechanics for you to roll, but you're absolutely having a ton of fun. And this is much easier than riding the Pegasus, as you will get advantage on your next saving throw for the next 24 hours, as you've been having so much fun. Okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry I haven't gotten more prepared, but there are other places that you can explore in Nishizawa if you want. And there are more games to play and things like that. So it's up to you guys. I will have more of this fleshed out next week. But for now, all of this stuff is available to you. We can do it. We just might not have tokens, is all. So what do you guys want to do here to experience the festival, as the opening ceremony is kind of underway? Like, there will be a proper ceremony with the daimyo later in the day, but people are partying and enjoying the festival. This is quite a fun place to be compared to where you have.
Sakura go and get her cards read? I heard that mentioned. That sounds interesting.
Seta would follow because he heard even something more interesting, if I can recall correctly. That those are tabaxis from the bazaar, from the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And last time we checked, at least June checked with crying, he saw something about those tabaxis.
Oh, I was wondering if I'd actually, if this had come up before. It's just mentioned. Yeah, you absolutely can. You will see that there are two events. There are basically signs outside that there is one in the other festival, which is Madame Mystica, and there is the Madame Luck, who is at this one. I'm just checking which is which. Yeah, you will see there are two places with one is doing tarot card readings, one is like crystal ball kind of vibe, and that is Madame Mystica is for the crystal ball. The tarot cards are Madame Luck.
Well, I'd say we go to Madame Luck, at least first, if we are going to go to both, because she's closer.
Okay. One.
Well, we could just go to both and put it on her tab, because technically it's food for thought.
Fots.
Christ.
You said food for fots.
You gotta be creative to save money.
I mean, I'll give you points for the pun, but the actual location of these places, we can say that you've only got access to the one now because I'll prepare the other stuff for next week. But for now, you've just got Madame Luck there with the tarot card readings in that red tent over there.
Awesome.
And yeah, you can totally put it on her bill as you can argue with her that it's food for thought later. She already knows that she's lost most tests to you, so it might be salt in the wound. Well deserved. As you approach Madame Luck's tent, you will see it is quite dark inside, and there is just a small table in the middle of the room that is covered in this sort of red velvet tablecloth, and there is a shadowed figure sitting draped in a like in a seer's kind of outfit, sitting at the table with a deck of cards in front of her.
Hello there. Hi.
She will gesture a hand out, just gesturing to the seat, but doesn't actually say anything.
Okay. She'll sit.
So, Seto, are you going in at the same time, or are you waiting outside while she's having her read?
I would go at the same time.
Okay. We'll see this woman with a hood over her face. She doesn't actually seem to speak, but she pushes the cards forward, and then you hear this like very faint voice asking you to cut the deck as you begin a tarot reading. And yeah, you can please make for me. I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can actually get this.
Just
We've
hope.
got a system.
Just hope you don't get a hangman that points down. That is doom.
So I'm trying to see because we've actually got a mechanic to draw tarot cards.
Yeah, I think I found it in the card stacks. Just
Okay,
choose
yeah,
your
I'm
deck
just
and-
not sure how to use it properly.
I've still not gotten back into Foundry.
Oh. It says draw a card and it says Tarot Arcanes. Wait, that's the one.
Where does it say draw a card?
If I press on the revealed cards, it gives me 4 options: draw a card poker gold, draw a card poker red and gray, draw a card tarot arcanes, and draw a card zodiac sign. I didn't press on any of them.
Yeah, it's the. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay. The first card that will turn over. Let's see if you can actually see this. I suppose maybe giving it to Sakura is not the best idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try and deal them to you, Seto. See if this comes up. Where is... Not that. Did something show up there for you?
Yes. I have received card.
Okay, can you see what card that was?
Yes.
All right. So what is the first one that is revealed? These
It's-
shit. Did I do the wrong?
The really funny thing is that it's, oh my god, I can actually do a lot with this card. I have like actions because I have them in the hand.
Defense
Uh,
mode.
the, the funny thing is, this is literally my zodiac sign. It's Sagittarius.
Yeah, it's pretty fitting. So as although this is she's doing with Sakura first, and we'll start to overturn these cards. You can you draw actually?
Give me a second. I can.
Wait, I'll just build two more to you because there's past,
I
present, and
can draw.
futures.
It
Okay.
says a draw card, zodiac signs, or I don't know, tarot or poker.
Yeah, it's supposed to be not the zodiac, because the zodiac ones that don't really mean much. So I'll deal two more cards to you from the other one as the first one. These are Sakura's ones first. So
Okay.
let's see. Oh, why does this one not have an option to? Ah, okay. You see, this is why I need to actually prep properly. Okay, well, can you draw from the deck, the tarot deck?
Let me try. It says that. Oh yeah, I can.
Oh, there. I think did I just give?
I can
Or did you
discard.
just draw?
I just draw. I just draw. I press
Okay,
the draw.
cool. Yeah. What did you draw
A Three of Cups.
Makes
there?
sense.
Okay. So yeah, the tree is the first one, and then so please draw two more. These are for Sakura.
Oh my god.
Rip, Sakura.
What?
The second card that was drawn was Death, and the third card that I draw was King of Cups.
Did upside down or down?
Like teacup?
That means doom. Basically, it means doom from the drinking her tea.
Okay, so what? As she reveals this, there is yeah the did you say it was a tree of cups or a three?
Can you see the card now?
I might be able to open it in her
See
hand.
one.
Because it says like
You just
reveal a card.
Yeah, you just revealed
Yeah, you
your
can see
death
death.
card.
Yeah.
I can't see. Yeah, can you reveal the others then as well? The
Sure.
Well, the present one being like the death card kind of makes sense.
Oh, give me a second. I just. The first one was this, then it was this, and then it was this. In that order.
Three of Cups, Death, King of Cups.
Okay, yeah. So if you click on one, you should be able to see them down like at the bottom as they're presented. Okay, that's cool. so yeah, as these cards turn over, it represents your past, your present, and your future, and that is yeah. So the past being the Three of Cups, the present being death, and the the King of Cups being the future. As to you, that has got some intense significance. I'm fucking tarot. Um, as she is doing this again, like sort of silently, you start seeing these cards going over is there anything that Sakura is doing as she sees these?
She's just watching and waiting for an explanation. Just checking its cups, like teacups, not like clubs, right?
Yeah, I mean it's on the card they look like sort of goblets, but absolutely to you it would represent teacups as. And she says, it seems there is death imminent in your present. Is there someone close to you that you have lost recently, or are you perhaps to enter the Gembuku festival?
Well, I died recently, and my mom did too. And apparently my Oji-san is also destined to die soon. I'm also entering the Genpuku festival. Yeah.
But yet, in the future, you find great the power of a king. They say, perhaps you will complete this festival after all. But I would be careful of how violent you get. These festivals can change one. Be wary of what comes forward. And she seems like she's trying to give a reading, but is almost distracted. Like it's not a very good tarot reading. You're not sure why. She's like, okay, well, I mean, the cards seems pretty spooky, but this chick doesn't really seem like a great mystical reader.
She nods and
Vibe is good,
thanks
but
her.
yeah. Sorry.
She nods and thanks her, and then looks to Seto and says, "What about him?"
Indeed. What about you? Would you like to read your cards?
Sorry.
She sort of offers to you, but now you see sort of hidden under the shadow of this mask, you see these eyes peering out at you, these cat-like tabaxi eyes just watching you closely as she kind of gestures to the cards and after shuffling them again.
Sure. Let's see. I'll sit down and I'll draw 3 cards.
Okay. Can you draw them and reveal them just as before?
Okay. Let me just discard this one. What the fuck are these cards?
The Pope, the
What
Hermit,
are
and
they? Last one?
The
Force.
Force.
Not
Oh.
even the Force, just Force.
Yeah, true.
Jesus, the look of that last card. What the fuck? It's about to do something terrible to that book. So as as these go over, she's silent again as she places these cards over. She says, "Your past was perhaps in some kind of monastery, or are you perhaps some kind of monk, a holy man?"
Not a holy man, but I do try to follow the teachings of monks.
She moves to the second card and says, "And now, though you are here with a friend, still you are alone. Are you you see she's like struggling to find the words as she's just staring directly at you with one hand sort of on the card.
Am I a family man? No. I travel alone, and these are just people I've met in recent memory.
Your future, you are being taken somewhere not entirely of your own will. Is that correct? Does that feel you feel like you're being pulled along?
I mean, wouldn't really say pulled along, but wouldn't really be a mistake to say that I should be somewhere else. However, being here, it's I mean, it's a means to end. It means to end basically. I'm getting stronger, so it's gonna be easier to get to the end goal.
She moves back to the middle card and says, "And you said you are not a family man. What family do you come from? Have you not got brothers or sisters or parents?"
I mean, shouldn't you know that?
You see her eyes are welling up with tears as she's just looking at you and Zeta?
I'll just slowly start. Just place my hand onto my sword. I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm sorry. It can't be possible. You reminded me of someone. I don't think we'll be doing any more sessions for today. Please, um, you can find your way out. And she just like lifts a hand, looking kind of embarrassed, and just tries to slink back into the shadows as she gestures for you to leave.
That person, who is it for you?
My son. I lost him a long time ago, but I'm sorry, sir. You just look so much like him. But it has been years. I probably wouldn't recognize him anyway.
Well, if I ever meet someone, I'll make sure to lead him your way. And I'll stand up and I'll slowly start just going away.
So, as you stand up and you kind of like relax your hand on the sword, she'll like you see her hesitate, and she goes, "Wait." She goes, I know this may seem crazy, but where did you get that blade?" And she like starts getting to her feet and moving closer towards you, like cautiously, but she seems very confused.
As I said, I don't think that's none of your concern. If you were a tarot reader, you probably would know. And I'll just walk away from the tent.
Okay. Sakura, have you just been watching this like from the corner the whole time?
Yeah, but so as he leaves, she'll just ask him, "Is that your mom?"
No?
Well, mentally, telepathically.
Yeah, I don't think I can respond to you telepathically.
No, but you can shake your head or nod your head.
No, I'll just tell you no.
Oh, okay. She'll wait for you to leave, and then she'll ask her, "What was your son's name again?"
His name was Seto. If you see him, please tell him I'm sorry, and I'm looking for him. But please, that is enough for today. And she is going to try and close the tent as she tries to usher you up.
She nods and goes to join Seto, and just looks at him and says, "You know, Seto isn't a very common name. I only know one Seto, and I know quite a few people."
And you're suggesting what?
No, that's your mom. She seems nice, like not the murderous type of mom or anything. Maybe a bit on like, you know, like the spiritual side, but that's better than being like on a murdery side, right?
The only thing that I know about my mom is that she's dead. Long time. When I was still a young cub. I doubt that she would remember me, especially how I grew up. So she might just be confused.
She nods. She'll leave it for now.
Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing out in the festival?
Probably wouldn't have really done much since the little birth thing. Just watch Cherry send something to Mars. They're just sitting here for a while, just chilling. It's been a long walk.
I don't have time to waste. And I was told by one night there is a dwarvish blacksmith here, and he's supposed to be a very good blacksmith. I'll go look for the blacksmith.
Oh yeah, so there's the Kakita Smiths from the Crane clan, which you know are some of the best in the world that I have set up here at the festival, and then the actual blacksmith in town is that dwarf that you guys met that made the cage, the one with the kobold. But he's just down the road in the actual town itself. So are you into the dwarf or the crane?
Dwarf.
Okay, cool. So you make your way into town. Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff going on in town, and eventually you'll find your way there. It is getting a little bit late, so we'll probably get into that next session. But are you going off to continue forging your blade?
If I manage to get all the gold I'm missing, yeah.
Gold you're missing? What do you mean?
I want the for what's it called, the Menuki pin. I want the one that costs like
Is it the spell
most.
tuning?
Yeah, and I want by myself. That's why if I can trade off some of my items for Goku, maybe I can get it. And
Yeah,
then I
that's a
force the
pretty
blade.
expensive one. You would the same craftsmen from the Steel Crane Smithy are there for the Crane clan. This guy, it's just him and the kobold. So the Manuki pins that they have available They might not have the legendary ones, but they can help you to. Are you trying to craft one yourself, or are you just trying to buy it out of your own pocket? Does that mean?
Yeah, out of my own pocket, I don't have the skills to craft one. It's probably like jewelers or something I'm not familiar with.
Yeah. Okay. So I was confused. Sorry, because the Steel Crane has got those crafters, but the dwarf he's got blacksmithing skills similar to yours, as he could definitely help you to acquire one, though that will be 50,000 gold, which is
5,000 cocoa.
and
I recall
how much
correctly.
do you still need?
Yeah, for some reason it says I have 300 OB, which is one higher than cocoa.
I think you probably totaled up all the stuff that you had, but then
Which is a lot, and I don't remember when I ever got such an amount.
yeah, I don't know. That's proper gold plus. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
pretty sure it was like a bet or a reward or something. I remember you getting it. I can't
I got
remember
money
from where.
from one eye when I got in the basilisk case, but it was nothing of that amount. It was like 500 cocoa, maybe even less. That's why I'm not entirely sure.
It
yeah, I
was
mean, it might have
50.
just been that you totaled up the smaller currencies and it just turned it into the highest value.
Could be.
But yeah, I mean, what you've got on your sheet, I don't remember where it all came from, but I'm happy to trust that, because then you'd need what, another 200 Oban,
Yeah.
or yeah.
And with all the magic items I have, maybe I can score it. Maybe I'll have enough.
Yeah, so remember the rest of them are all putting the bill to the Blue Dragon clan, for the stuff that they've ordered. You and Seto are the only ones actually making your own blades and having to procure this. So we haven't actually discussed the price of any of these things. If you're trying to buy it out of your own pocket, then yeah, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get that money. You could possibly get it like in these sorts of competitions, or maybe the big shooting competition might have a big prize. There are ways to get money, but if you just want to try and send the bill to Daichi and deal with that down the line, that's up to you.
I wanted
We
to
should.
wanted to sell some of the magic items I have, maybe to
Yeah,
reduce the cost. But we can talk about it during the week.
yeah. If you're trying to sell magic items, you might be able to make that up. We'll chat. You can just send me the items that you're trying to get rid of and the rarities of them, because that will determine the price.
Okay. One more thing. Next Saturday, since this session is almost over, is my mom's birthday, so I will not be able to make it to the session.
Okay, not to worry. We'll say Jerry's off finishing his blade. Next week we'll do the actual proper opening ceremony, so it will be more of this kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I'll be sure to watch the stream once I
yeah,
get the
we
money.
won't be going into the trial just yet, though. So
Alright.
mostly training and whatnot. Don't worry too much about that. Is there anything else you guys want to do as we start wrapping up the session for tonight?
Well, I mean, I think Elias might have. He would have started making his way over to anywhere that has like connections to Kunasa or just Shira, and start asking about.
About?
Just just like anything happening in Kunasa, anything big happening with Shira that I might have not known about, and if any notable people are going to be here.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check as you start talking to some people around the city.
My favorite. That's hang on, disadvantage.
You still cannot roll lower than 26.
Yes, I know, but
Wait, why disadvantage?
I'm still exhausted.
Oh, I thought you meant from the from before. Yeah, that is still good. You absolutely pick up some rumors and things. You know that the Unicorn Clan has not arrived yet, but actually they seem like they might be late. There are there is like a rival group of Yakuza here in Nishizawa that you will discover that are run by certain tabaxi who are easy to recognize because they are hairless tabaxi. These people look like hairless cats covered in tattoos and that wear fine suits and things like that. And they have taken notice of you as you've arrived in the town, as actually when you are busy asking around about what's been happening in Kunasa, one of these tabaxi will approach you and give you a business card, basically just a small card with a symbol on it, and he will say that the boss wants to speak with you if you've got a chance to meet them in the underground, is what he tells you. There's no subway system here. You're not sure what he means by the underground.
Maybe a little cave system.
The catacombs.
Yes, the catacombs. Thank you. Yeah, so you would know that organizations like this have often got like little secret headquarters or something, but yeah, actually, scratch that. They're totally called the catacombs. And you can, next week, if you would like to try and arrange a meeting with the rivals to Shira, you can do that.
Absolutely.
Cool. Anyone else doing anything? Estrella, are you still just riding the carousel?
That carousel is gonna be ridden for a long time. I'm gonna fight all my paddles on the carousel. I'm gonna make it like a floating carousel. Just imagine that, like, I'm gonna make it a domain and just floating carousel. Imagine being defeated by one that is like, yep, and then we go around, around, and round.
I feel like we're gonna come back in like a week and still find you there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is going to be Estrella's, when she casts Tiny Hut, it's just going to have a miniature carousel inside it.
Nope. When I get the what's called the upgraded version, the first thing, like when you come in, instead of like, you know, like a place where you like doors, there's just gonna be a big carousel in the middle.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
Instead of fancy fountains, you just have fancy carousels.
We can have your clown that is just like the butler. And it says like, you float too.
The fuck?
No, it's a horror movie for sure, but
I'm too tired to try and comprehend that right now.
this constant just forever and ever.
That sounds like
I-
a nightmare.
Do you want me to log in WoW and then like play the music in my garrison, because that is actually carnival music.
What?
We know what kind of bard you are finally.
Man, like people like and I remember my GM like Guildmaster, when he was in, he was like, what kind of psychopaths is this playing?
I can't hear you, my power just went up.
Oh well. Damn. But I guess that's the end of the session then.
Figures. Sako, you were saying something?
Oh, that should probably just disintegrate that clown.
Oh.
The clown has protection from disintegration.
But yeah, I think I'm Kai. I think I